Talk about, I thought about doing the cost of a bad diet with the physical costs, and yeah, I just wasn't feeling it today. So I decided to address the why. Why did I choose to go keto? So many different options out there to choose to go healthy and lose weight. And why did I choose this one? The answer is simple. It works for me. I have, like I've said in many other videos, done so many other weight loss and diet and eating stuff, and every one of them calls it a lifestyle. Every one of them touts their health benefits, and every one of them has uh, a plethora of individuals with success stories. So, why did I choose this one? As I'd mentioned before, I had weight loss surgery, and the doctors recommended, or actually said, in order for this to work, you're going to have to make up your mind to never eat bread, never eat pasta, never eat sugar again. Oh, wait, that's the keto diet. I didn't make up my mind to do that, and I gained my weight back. Um, I am a huge proponent of Dr. Atkins and his plan. I had done it before, felt great, lost weight, went off of it. What makes me so sure I won't go off of it again? It's a different mindset this time. Totally different. I had also went on a all natural, and I felt great. I did great. Um I had, but it was expensive. And I was constantly eating because I was constantly hungry. With this, I'm not. As a matter of fact, it is almost 10 o'clock in the morning, and I still haven't eaten anything. Black coffee is all I've had. I won't eat until between 11 and 12, maybe. Um, I'm not hungry. Every once in a while, I get a little rumbly in the tummy, but it's not that devastating hunger. I think that if most Americans were honest with themselves, very few truly experience hunger. We think we are hungry because, well, we're not eating something, but that's not hunger. That's just habit. Many times we just poke food in our mouth without thought, or it's 8 in the morning, so I have to eat breakfast, or it's noon, so I have to eat lunch, or it's 5 o'clock in the evening, so I have to eat supper. I'm not hungry. It's just that's what time it is, so that's what you do. It's habit. Eating by the clock, and oh, I get phone calls from people I don't even know. I don't answer them anyway. So that interrupted that. Um, so one of the things that I am taking the opportunity with this keto is to learn what my hunger signals are. Everybody, it's different. I mentioned that in another video. For me, if I get hungry, I get a little headachy and just kind of just not not well feeling. Just the now a lot of people say, well, eat before you get there. Why? Why eat before you get hungry? You need to get hungry. Your body needs no food until it's hungry. Because if you eat food before you're hungry, your body doesn't need that food before you're hungry, and it's going to turn to fat. Okay? Plain and simple. So, hunger, a lot of diets, and I've even said this about keto. Oh, you do this, you'll never get hungry. Well, you do, because Only sick people don't get hungry. Hunger is not the enemy. It's not a villain. It is a natural phenomenon, just like thirst, just like being tired, just like being sleepy. Your body will signal you when it's ready for food. It'll signal you when it's ready for drink. And it'll signal you when it's ready for sleep. Just like your body will signal you when you've got to go to the bathroom. They're all natural processes. And none of them are evil and to be avoided. They are all to be embraced. So it took me, I'm 53 years old, it took me until 53 years old before I finally learned what it feels like to be hungry. And it's not that bad. I get hungry. I eat. You know? The tummy rumbling is not necessarily hunger. The other night I had my phone, I was reading, and JR called because he's out on the road, and I had the phone laying on my tummy, and he's like, "What in the world is that noise?" Well, I had drank some water before I went to bed, and it was rumbling around. Just a minute. Linda, what's the matter? And Linda's making that weird noise. She was farting with the cat and got a hairball, I think. Anyway, so he's like, "What in the world is that noise?" And I just had to laugh. And it was almost like a tickly feeling because I had drank water on an empty stomach. I wasn't hungry, but my tummy was empty. I was getting ready to go to bed. I don't eat. I mean, I have to go at least 2 to 3 hours from the time I last eat until I go to bed, or I don't sleep well. I know that about me. Some people can take a bedtime snack and eat right before going to bed. Not me, and that's fine. I don't mind it. But it was grumbly. That's not hunger. That was my tummy playing with the water that was in it. No big deal. So just because your tummy rumbles or makes a noise or gurgles does not necessarily mean it's hungry. It's just doing what it does. It could just be moving. Who cares? It's supposed to. It's supposed to. But unfortunately, we as Americans, we have food at our fingertips all the time, and it tends to go from our fingertips to our lips. And we really don't know what it feels like to be hungry. Um, so embrace the hunger. When I decided to go this route, I had already known but ignored the fact that sugar fed my depression. I knew it, but I fed that. I ignored it because it felt good momentarily as I ate it. You know, everyone's put that piece of ice or piece of chocolate in their mouth or that scoop of ice cream. And they're like, oh. But short-lived. And then after that, when the insulin spikes and crashes and all kinds of horrible things go on in your body, it doesn't feel good. So what do? You go for more because you want that feel-good feeling. And I knew that about myself. And when I started this, I've mentioned this many times, I was in a very bad place. And a friend of mine started keto, and she asked me what I thought about the ketogenic diet. And I said, I really don't know. I not heard that term before. Now I knew about ketosis because I had read Dr. Atkins' book. And I forgot that term because it had been that long ago since I read his book. And I said, I don't know that I've ever heard of that. She goes, well, I'm looking into it. And a friend of hers had started before and losing weight. So I started researching. I started reading about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, this sounds a little like what my weight loss surgeon said, a whole lot like what the um, Dr. Atkins had said, and a whole lot like what my brain knows is right. So I try it for a little bit and try it for a little bit and stop. Try it for a little bit, get French fries. Finally, after losing everything, I had this conversation with myself. Condi, either accept where you are or change it. But you sitting in this recliner feeling sorry for yourself is not good. It's not good for you. It's not good for JR. It's not good for your kids. It's not good for your grandkids. It's not good for anybody. You are not an island unto yourself. You have people around you, and you're not being fair to you, and you're not being fair to them. So either accept it or change it. Those are your only two options. But feeling sorry for yourself is not one of them. And that was my conversation I had with myself as I sat in my recliner with my plan that I mentioned. So I got up one morning. It was Wednesday, May 28th or 22nd. On Wednesday. It starts out on Wednesday. How about cute like that? Anyway, I get up, haul my miserable butt out of bed, went down for some stupid reason. I don't know why. I decided to step on the scales and see where I'm at. Yeah, 322 pounds. And I went to the kitchen, picked up the loaf of bread that I was going to make toast with, and said, why? You know that this makes you feel crappy. You know what you have to do. Why are you doing what you know makes you feel crappy and then feeling sorry for yourself for feeling crappy? Why? So at that moment, I put the bread away and I just had my bacon and eggs. I would love to say that I've not ate anything that was not keto during that whole time, but I can't say that. I'm human. And I'm not here to tell you to be superhuman. I'm just here because, well, we're not by ourselves. We are not an island unto ourselves. So I started that first week, I lost 10 pounds. Oh, now I think that probably the main exercise during that 10-pound weight loss was the running from the recliner to the bathroom. As one of the first things that happens when you cut your carbs out is your kidneys start dumping all that sugar and salt and all that stuff that was all held up in there, held in the kidneys, held in the ankles, held in the fingers, held, 10 pounds. And let me tell you, if you're starting this, do not use the term only. 10 pounds, it was only water. If you have 10 pounds of extra water in your system, it needs to go away. That's enough. A gallon of water weighs 8 pounds. So in 1 week, I lost over a gallon of extra fluid out of my body. I lost a gallon of extra fluid from my kidneys, from my ankles, from my blood vessels, from my, so don't use the term it was just water weight or only water weight, because extra water on your body is not healthy. It's not. So that is a victory to be embraced. So, and then I'm going to just tell you straight up, when you start this, if you choose to go this route, the first week or two, I refer to it as hell week. Hang in there. When you start losing that much fluid, you will also lose that much sodium. So there are ways to get through the quote unquote keto flu. I didn't suffer too bad with it because I already knew some of this stuff from the weight loss surgery. But some of the secrets to avoiding the keto flu or lessening it and making this whole transition a whole lot easier is adding salt. Salt. Drink a bouillon cube. Mm-hmm. It's not bad. It's pretty yummy. You know, throw a little butter in it and drink it. That's really pretty good. Um, that's usually the main thing. My friend that encouraged me in this, when she was feeling the keto flu and a little dumpy, she would get a spoonful of peanut butter, and that helped her. So there are ways to combat it. Don't give up on it. And it is so short term. It's basically your body making the adjustment, and you have a little bit of sugar withdrawals. You really do. You're I'm not going to church it up and lie about this, even though it's the best thing that I ever done for myself, and I see myself doing this for the rest of my life. And I encourage anybody and everybody to try it. The only exceptions is if you're type 1 diabetic, yes, you can do it, but do not try to do it without your doctor's supervision, because going into ketosis is a very healthy, natural thing. Going into ketoacidosis is a very deadly thing. So my very strict, hard line here is I am 100% convinced this is a very healthy diet for everybody. Everybody. But if you have type 1 diabetes, do not go it alone. Do it with your doctor. And that way your meds stay right where they're supposed to be, and it's not a dangerous thing. It's a very healthy thing. Dr. Nurse Cindy, asknursecindy.com, I think is where you find her. Or you can just do a Google search for Ask Nurse Cindy and you can find some YouTube videos. Her daughter is type 1 diabetic, and they do this as a family. It can be done, but I don't encourage you doing it. I will not. If I hear someone who's type 1 diabetic doing this, my first question is, you seeing your doctor, right? You know, because ketoacidosis will kill. Ketosis, nutritional ketosis, is not diabetic ketoacidosis. It's two totally different monsters. So, that is my very hard line disclaimer on this. I am not a doctor, and I will not take responsibility for anybody's health or death. I am a survivor. And as a survivor, I'm sharing my journey. So, with that being said, if you want to join me. So, anyway, back to the why did I choose this diet? And how has it been for me? As I've said before, I've checked out about every diet there is. I mean, there's some of them that's way out there that now even I am smart enough not to look at. But everything from counting calories to weight loss surgery to tried to be a vegetarian up until noon that day. Um, Dr. Atkins, which is what this is, and it was the one that worked out more for me. I tried the raw food. I tried all these things that have, I mean, if it doesn't say it's nutritional, I won't do it. That was my main thing. I didn't do the single food diet like the boiled egg diet. All you eat is boiled eggs. I'm sorry. That does not sound like something I'd want to live for the rest of my life with. I didn't try the cabbage soup diet where all you eat is cabbage soup. Um, the ozone layers would not like that. You get where I'm going with that. Um, Same thing with the boiled eggs. To me, in order for me to even look at an eating plan or a diet, it had to be one that I felt like I could adapt and live with for the rest of my life. And this one fits it for me. I do have vegetables. I don't have a lot of vegetables. I follow my weight loss surgeon recommendation as first protein, then vegetables, and no fruit. No fruit. Once in a while, or I used to have a few berries, but I don't even do that anymore. His his diet plate said, okay, for breakfast, scrambled eggs, maybe a piece of bacon. And if you still have room after you eat those and you want a fruit, have one strawberry. And that was his fruit recommendation. Not 1 cup, not 1 ounce, one strawberry. I'm sorry, those bad boys are expensive. If I'm gonna buy a thing of strawberries, I'm gonna eat the whole stinking box of them. So I don't buy them. I don't eat them. I don't miss them. They asked me what in their meetings. What about bananas for potassium? Nope. You're not gonna get that much potassium from a banana. What? Everybody knows that bananas are an amazing source of potassium. Yeah, well, at one point, everybody knew that the earth was flat. And everybody knew that the reason you're sick is because your humeruses were out of balance. All you had to do is slice a cut in your arm and just bleed the bad humerus out. Everybody knows is not a fact. Everybody knows is, for me, an indication that that's bad science. In truth, an avocado has twice as much potassium as a banana without the sugar. And it's a good source of good healthy fats, and it's a good source of vitamin C, and it's a good source of pretty much most of your nutrients that you're going to need. And you mix that up in some guacamole, and it's a good source of yumminess. And it's, I don't, I do guacamole. I'll do guacamole on my hamburger instead of ketchup because, well, I did find some no sugar added ketchup, and I looked at the ingredients and I looked at the nutrient tables, and I bought it. And I had it with my hot dogs the other day, and it was really pretty good. So I'll do that one. If I have ketchup, that's the ketchup I'll have. But on my hamburger patty, I put some butter and guacamole on it. That is some good stuff. I don't feel deprived at all. So I, 53 years old, again, I'd said, and why I chose this diet, this way of eating, is another reason is it's very flexible. People talk about the restrictiveness of it, and really it's not that restrictive. I don't feel restricted at all. I can eat about anywhere. I just leave the carbs off. I can go to McDonald's and get a double cheeseburger. I just pull the bun off. I tell them no ketchup. Leave the bun off. Comes in a little box. It works. You eat it with a fork and see your fingers. Who cares? Get a salad instead of French fries. Full fat dressing instead of light dressing. I have a hamburger and salad. It's not that big a deal. Not restrictive at all. It's not like all my friends are going out to the party and I have to sit home and feel sorry for myself because I'm on a diet. It's least restrictive of any diet that I've ever tried. Why do I go keto? Because there's 11,000 studies showing the health benefits. Even cardiovascular. I didn't say that right. There are more and more and more papers, more and more studies being done showing the health benefits of the ketogenic diet. It is more in line with the way our ancestors ate thousands and thousands of years ago. It is more lined up to the way our body wants to eat. It is anti-inflammatory. It is good, healthy way of eating. And to me, it's balanced. You take the sugar out. That's all you're taking out. When you think about it, that is the only thing that you're taking out is sugar. But you have to remember what makes sugar. Bread and grains, all grains. So I eat no cereal, no grains. Starchy vegetables and sugar. 3 things. Boom, gone. That's it. You can have now. Fruit is sugar, and there's a lot of stuff about that. So I don't eat fruit, and really, fruit has changed so much. It's been crossbred and modified so very much that it is not the health food. It is not a health food. Fruit is not the health food that people would make you think it is. For example, in your bloodstream, you have 1 teaspoon of sugar in your bloodstream. Your body does not want more than that. And to keep that down, your pancreas produces insulin. And your insulin keeps your blood sugar regulated by pulling the excess sugar out of your bloodstream and uses it. And if you have more sugar than what your body can use, it puts it in the fat cells. 1 teaspoon of sugar. An apple, I think I've seen, has 5. Oh, but what about the fiber? Could it be that fiber is really overrated? Try it for a month and see. Instead of fiber, increase your fat. Healthy fat. Good, healthy fat. And you'll be amazed. Oh, but what about your gut biome, microbiomes? You know, the microbes in your belly, in your intestine, help with digestion. It helps with inflammation. It helps with, the list is long of things good, healthy microbiomes in your intestines. And I'm not a doctor or scientist, so I'm not going to get really wonky on this. Since going to the ketogenic diet, all of those markers that were credited to the microbiomes in the intestines are getting better. So I can only be led to believe that they like fat too. I ate a few nuts. That's got a little fiber in it. I don't eat a lot of nuts because they also have carbohydrates. They're a good, healthy source of fats. So they're not on my no-no list. My problem with nuts is they could tend to aggravate my grazing habit. So when I eat nuts, I make a point to measure out about a half a cup, and then I put the canister completely out of my sight because otherwise I have a grazing problem, and I would eat the whole stinking canister. And you really don't want to do that with anything. So I do keep my nuts out of reach most of the time, but I do have them because I enjoy them. And they're healthy. You know, if you don't like nuts, they're not required. There is no required food on this. There are vegans that do ketogenic diet and do it very well. There's a YouTube, her name's Dr. Barbara O'Neill, I think is what it was. She's Australian. And not only does she live the vegan ketogenic lifestyle, she teaches it. So it's not just only beef and cheese and eggs. There are a lot of different foods that you can eat. So it's very flexible. There are people that are carnivore that fall under the ketogenic guidelines because, well, their ketones are at a healthy, right? There are people that eat lots of vegetables and people that eat very few to no vegetables. It's probably one of the most flexible plans with very little actual counting and measuring and stuff. You can if you want. I don't. I'm not a count. I'm not that person. So to me, one of the reasons why I do the ketogenic diet is it's easier for me. It's easier for me to say no bread than it is for me to say, well, I can have one slice of this bread that's got this many calories and it's got this, I don't want to spend my time at the grocery store reading all the nutrient facts on the back of everything just to see if it falls into my plan or not, and trying to do the math and calculate how many macros this is and how many grams of carbs this is and how many ounces is this and how many is a serving. And well, if I have 2 servings, and no, I'm lazy. I'm lazy. Now for someone who likes that kind of stuff, do it. It's there. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. I don't. So to me, to say no grains, no starches, and no sugar makes it really easy. I can eat vegetables that grow above the ground, preferably leafy greens. They are so much better for you than any piece of fruit. There are a lot more vitamins. They've got a lot more minerals. They got a lot more health benefits than the fruit. I eat them. I eat my meat first. Fatty cuts of meat, ribeye. Yeah, my diet says eat your ribeye. Butter, chicken thighs with the skin on, tuna, chicken, bacon, sausage, hot dogs. I use the Oscar Mayer All Naturals or the Nathan's Hot Dogs. I read the ingredients on those to see which ones I wanted, and the sugars are way down. The brining solution that's got less than 2% salt and sugar, so they're good. Um, I eat. I have found a. I love smoked sausage. I like to cut it up finger size and cheese. Oscar Mayer, I believe it's Oscar Mayer, has an all natural for that too. I eat that. I eat when I'm hungry. I don't starve myself. I eat until I'm not hungry, so I'm not stuffing myself. My energy level is higher than it's ever been. My brain is clearer than it's ever been, even though sometimes I stumble on how to say a certain word. Or when I was talking about my college the other day and the cost of the emotional cost, I called my GPA a GPO twice. This goes to show that a clear brain doesn't necessarily make you a genius overnight. Just makes you happy. Why did I choose a ketogenic diet? My question would be, why wouldn't you? So anyway, I've got to go. I gotta go shopping today because I had to get rid of another pair of jeans that were too big, and nobody wants to see me run around with a naked butt. So I better get cracking and go find me some more pants. Oh, and the weight loss now, I'm down 35 pounds. So yeah, it's not real fast. I started May 22nd, and today's what, October, is it 16th, 17th? I don't remember. Anyway, it's the middle of October, so it's not coming down real fast. But the other benefits are happening super fast. It's keeping me motivated. I think that if you give this a shot, you get through the first 2 weeks, the first 2 hell weeks, you would absolutely love this. If not, find one that works for you. Get healthy. You won't ever want to go back. Anyway, well, this rambling and chit chat video went longer than I had thought it would. So I am going to go ahead and sign off, and I'm going to go buy a microphone for my phone so that maybe I'm better heard, and a new pair of pants so that I don't get frostbite on my butt cheeks while I'm running around town. I've got to have some pants on. Anyway, love you. Have a good day. If you choose it, keep it keto. If you don't choose keto, find one that's healthy, that works for you, and stick with it, because once you get healthy, you never want to go back. Have a great one. Love you. Bye-bye.